I don't feel like Christine was very happy even when we were living in Utah. She seemed angry and very reserved, and she knows how to put on a front. I don't know how long this has been coming, but it's really disappointing to me. I'm in this place where I just feel alone, isolated, lonely. I don't feel like anybody else in the family can even relate. I just feel lonely.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. How is everyone? It is Tuesday, October 4th, and let's talk about Meri Brown and how she's handling everything that's going on social media. Because listen, some of the sister wives are not taking kindly to what's been going on with the show and the negative feedback that they're getting and the negative comments that they're receiving. And instead of actually engaging with fans and having conversations with them about the show, doing their live tweeting or even just being positive or sharing their side, they have abandoned social media. And that abandonment of social media happened after Christine left. The last time they tweeted was in the spring of 2021, and we now know that Christine announced that she was leaving to the sister wives in the spring of 2021. So since Christine announced her departure, they have not as a family sat down and live tweeted together. They are not even discussing the show. Cody doesn't tweet anymore. It's like they want the benefits of being on reality television. They want the money. They want the fame. They want the prestige, but they don't want to deal with the backlash. And it's interesting that as long as everything was going in their favor, they had no problem being online and engaging. And as soon as the tides have turned, now they're all retreating and getting hostile. And Meri is being it's sad. I think it's sad. If you watched the episode, Meri had a lot to say about Christine that I actually thought, are you sure you're not talking about yourself, Meri? She seemed really, really angry at Christine for leaving and really spent a bit of time talking about how when she and Cody started this relationship and started their family, they all agreed to do this together and they made a commitment to one another. So let's talk about what Meri is doing on her social media, and let's talk about her response and how she's throwing shade at Christine and just being overwhelmingly not nice to fans. If you want to be engaging with your fans, I would not suggest you behave like Meri, but that's just my opinion. So before we get into this, do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed, and turn your notifications on so you know when I go live or when new content loads. And also, make sure to leave some comments and let me know what your thoughts are on today's topic. And if you have any things that you'd like me to cover or any concerns, you can also feel free to leave some comments. So let's talk about what we're seeing on Meri's social media and in connection with the show. So on the last week's episode, Meri finds out that Christine is leaving, and she gets really upset because she said that they all took this vow to be with each other through thick and thin, and that through thick and thin was something that she took very seriously. Loyalty, perseverance, and she wanted everyone to get their heads out of their behinds.
It makes me angry. You know, when I married Cody, when Janelle married Cody, when Christine married Cody, Robin married Cody, each one of us made a commitment to each other, like to all of us, you know, that we would love each other, that we would respect each other, that we would stick through it thick and thin, and we would work these things out. Because come on, you guys, can't we all just get our heads out of our butts?
Meri has stuck through this despite the fact that Cody has humiliated her publicly, said that he's not interested in ever getting back together with her, says that he's only involved with her because of their celestial marriage. It's all about religion. If they weren't married and their religion, they wouldn't be together. So she also kind of got upset that Christine, was leaving, period. But she used this opportunity on her social media 3 days ago. So ahead of the premiere of the fourth episode, she wrote, "Because of these two people, I exist. Because of them, I know what love is. Because of them, I learned about loyalty and commitment. Because of them, I inherited tenacity and endurance. Because of them, I understand compassion and empathy. Because of them, I believe in goodness and kindness. Because of them, this world was a better place. Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. The heavens are better with you in it." What I thought was interesting is because of them, I learned about loyalty and commitment. Knowing full well that this upcoming episode was about Christine's loyalty and her commitment. Meri is going to view Christine as a quitter, right? She's quitting. She's also said that she's no longer a sister wife.
Women are not married to the same man. You're not a sister wife anymore. I really, at this point, have no idea what this all means.
So Mary's preparing to shun her. And she's going to spend a lot of time doing this crap to Christine, sadly. And Christine probably isn't going to care. She's going to just be like, whatever, Meri, I don't care. But there was another part in that episode where she spent a lot of time in that episode talking about how Christine was so angry when they were back in Utah and how she just put on a front. And I thought, Meri, were you not the one that catfished, got involved in an online relationship with someone? You claim it was a catfish, and you were going to leave your husband for him. And you said you were in a dark place. You said you were very angry during that time, feeling lost and sad. The very first season, you talked about your upset feelings about Robin joining. You were talking about how the only reason that you stayed sometimes was because of Mariah. You're the one that was crying the very first season in the very first episodes, talking about feeling displaced and lost in the family. I think all of these women go through this, but I think it's curious that Meri would point fingers at Christine, given the fact that, well, that's exactly how Mary's felt. You know, they always say, like, pot meet kettle. And a lot of people think that Mary's a narcissist. And, like, I don't know if she is. I just think she's gaslighting, and I think she's deflecting. I think it's easier for her to point fingers at herself, at someone else, than it is to take stock of her own life. And she spends all this time trying to be super positive and pretend like she's, like, living her best life because her mom taught her also to keep sweet and to endure to the end, because she said that she inherited tenacity and endurance. So then in her stories, she wrote, "Sometimes it isn't about answer to prayer. Sometimes it's more about what you learn while you're waiting for the answer." So maybe she's praying for things to work out with Cody. And then this one I thought was just ironic. Reminder, it's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to disagree with someone's opinion. It's not okay to humiliate them because they don't think the same way you do. Show some respect. Society needs more of that. So she thinks that people are humiliating her because they don't agree with what she is doing. And I think this is just another testimony that she's still indoctrinated, because she's looking at this like it's persecution to her faith. And like we're humiliating her because she's so stupid that she's staying with Cody. And I think she's been taught to defend polygamy at all costs and lie about it until the end to make sure that polygamy looks good, because it's not polygamy's fault. It's the society that doesn't understand them. And I was actually thinking about this while I was getting ready today, and I just wanted to bring this attention to you because this is just my thoughts here. Because of their faith, they believe that they're the select and the elite, and they're going to a part of the heavens that most of us would never experience. And I thought, if they think so highly of themselves, why do they care what any of us think? Shouldn't they have pity for us because we're not going to do what they're doing? Because if they believe what they believe, they also then believe that all of us that don't believe what they're doing are going to hell. I mean, I'm serious. Kind of like how I've said in the past how the Duggars pity you because you don't believe like they do. They literally think they're better than you because of their belief system. This belief system the Sister Wives are in places them in elite position, like they're the chosen and select. They don't even like us or think that we're deemed worthy of their lives because of their beliefs. So I would love to ask them what they really think about people that don't believe like them. Do they actually think that people like us are going to burn in the depths of hell? I mean, could you imagine if they would ask these types of pointed questions to them in their show? Because they never do. But she thinks that because people are imploring her to look outside of the cult that she's in and encouraging her to do better, that is humiliation. And to me, it's not humiliation to criticize something that people are seeing that you're putting there willingly out into the world, benefiting from financially, making a lot of money off of, and because you don't like the feedback, then it's being humiliated. I don't believe people are humiliating her unless they're making fun of her eyebrows or her hair, which I don't agree with. But other than that, like telling someone you're acting like you're happy but you're not, you don't practice what you preach based on what I'm seeing, and providing examples to her, telling her that she's worth more than what Cody gives, that she should maybe consider taking this amazing advice that she's giving to others, because she gives advice like this also. There exists only 2 times for successful, now and the future. The successful spend most of their time in the past and regard the future as an opportunity to procrastinate. Whatever it is, do it now while you're thinking about it, when you're excited about it, when your energy is high. Want to take a trip? Say yes and go plan it. Want to start a business? Take the plunge and do it. Want to start a book club? Grab some friends and get reading. Whatever it is, big or small, if it's important to you and you want it, go for it. You are worth having whatever you want in your life. Well, she just said that you're worth having whatever you want in your life. She wants happiness, and she wants you to believe that she's happy. If Meri wants to live this miserable life because she thinks she's going to get better blessings in heaven, does it really matter what we say anyway? Because she thinks she's doing the right thing. So why does she care what people say? And why is she making a point of speaking negatively and throwing shade constantly at Christine when Christine is not uttering negative words towards her at all? Christine's like literally ignoring them. She's like, I'm living my best life. I'm going to Hawaii. I'm selling my plexus. I'm making pasta. I'm making beef stew. She made beef stew on this week's Cooking with Christine, or beef pot pie, and it looked so good. Oh, I want to make it, but I'm not a pie eater, but it looked good. I almost want to use her recipe for beef stew. I would love to see how you could use that recipe for beef stew. Anyways, she said Cody didn't like her beef stew. He liked beef soup. So she was going to eat beef stew because she liked it. So maybe she should just spend less time worrying about how she appears to other people and just focus on herself. Why is she spending so much time trying to convince us she's happy? If she's happy, she doesn't have to keep telling us. She's just happy. I don't spend all my time telling you guys I'm happy. I don't spend all my time telling you guys I'm sad. I just literally do my thing. I feel like when you're trying to spend all of your time trying to convince people you are something, you are trying to convince yourself, and that's just my opinion. But if I were Meri, I would not worry about what other people are saying, and I would certainly tell Meri that if she wants to continue to get a fan base and keep her fan base, to stop throwing daggers at the fans and to stop throwing shade at Christine. And that's just my opinion. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.